Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our morning market update for Thursday, March the 30th. It is the second last day of the month, and does that excite you? I don't know. It excites me. I got a lot accomplished in March. It's a good month for me. Second last day also before our prices increase. So it goes up to $139 as of April 1st. All the pricing is going to change. All the links for the current discounts are going to be dead. So your last chance, basically 2 days, second last call, kind of like at the bar. Second last call, grab 5 drinks. Oh, wait, I can't serve you 5 drinks because SmartServe says I can't. But anyways, second last call for these packages, $79. You get the same value as $139. So you pay half the price and get the options and the day trading package for that inclusive price. Last chance to lock it in today and tomorrow before midnight. All right, let's talk about the market update. In Asia today, Japan, Hong Kong, and China are all down. India up slightly. The biggest loser is Japan, down 0.8%. All right, in Europe, Paris, flat. London, flat. Frankfurt, flat. Equities did nothing in Europe. They might as well just kept the market closed. In the U.S., Dow futures down 0.1, S&P down 0.1, NASDAQ down 0.1, crude down 0.3% after a massive rip yesterday. We'll talk about that in a moment. Crude's at 49.35, currently trading 49.81, so continuing that upside. Crude's resistance, when it hit 47, I said it's going to go up, and it listened to me. It doesn't always have to, but this time it did, so I'll take credit for it. It went up off the 47. Crude's overhead resistance is $50.10. Super important level. If you write anything down, let it be that in your journal today. Watch that 50-10 level. I'm telling you, high tendency to reverse off that for many reasons. Okay, 10-year Treasury flat, gold down 0.3%. Today's economic calendar we have at 8:30. We had at 8:30 Q4 GDP, initial jobless claims, and corporate profits. No idea what they did. I haven't even looked yet. At 9:45 a.m., Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index and Fed's Messer speak. Then we have natural gas inventory at 10:30, so a little bit more energy sector news. Fed's Kaplan speaks at 11. All right, 4:30 p.m., we got a bunch of stuff after the close, including Fed's Dudley. And he's going to be speaking to the importance of financial conditions and conduct of monetary policy. So watch out. Dudley's a pretty important member. There might be some movement there. We're going to talk today about what the Fed's been saying and how that's impacted the market and what the forward guidance is, because that tone underneath is starting to change again. I'll talk to you about that in a second. If you listen to what they said the last 2 days, you'll know that's true. All right. Yesterday, a breaking report came out of Bloomberg that Republicans are considering floating a second trial of a vote for the healthcare bill. Now, we don't know if it's going to be the healthcare bill in its present state that was not voted upon based on obvious disagreement within the party, or if it's going to be something new with adjustments and amendments. We don't know that. You can't know that. You can't even speculate on that. But what I can tell you is this. If they put that bill on the floor and it passes, or it has enough votes, or they say, hey, you know what, we have enough confidence maybe that this thing could get passed, the market's going to rip because it's pricing in a lot of policy uncertainty at the moment. You have to know that. The reason the S&P 500 is weak is that policy uncertainty is getting priced in the way of lower equities. As traders say, hey, I'm going to leave a little bit. I'm going to take some off the table, lock some profit. I'm going to reduce my position. Where did that money go? That money's in cash. All right, there's cash sitting on sidelines waiting to bid the market up in the right circumstances. So watch out for that. And remember this, it's taken days and weeks to bring the S&P 500 down and a day or two to come back. So don't forget which way the trend's going. It's the upside at the moment. That being said, today's an important day, and it could be a down day or an up day. I'm kind of skewed a little bit more 60-40 to the bearish side. But as soon as the market opens, I'm a day trader. All right, I am a day trader. I'm a rare breed. As soon as the market opens, I could switch my opinion within a fraction of a second, and I often do. I'm bullish and bearish 30 times a day. Well, not that many, but multiple times. I can make money on the upside and on the downside in the same day. And that's not wildly absurd. Okay, so watch out for that. Expect some news to trickle in over the course of today, maybe tomorrow, about this new bill. And if it's true, Bloomberg broke the news. Let me just dim this light a little bit. Jeez Louise, my eyes are going to get shot. Yesterday's crude oil inventory was announced at 10:30 a.m. Here's the report. Crude had a build of 867,000 barrels. It was less than the expected 2 million. So that tone, having storage or having oversupply in the market. If the oversupply is less than expected, it's a little bit bullish for that asset. However, I mean, you look at the stats, Cushing inventory down 220. So Cushing actually had a draw on their inventory. Gasoline had a big draw, minus 3.7. Distillates had a draw, minus 2.48 versus minus 1.2 expected. So all across the board, it was less inventory than expected. That was the bullish undertone that drove the market. All right, typically the way these things go, if it's bullish, algos will go in, run it up a little bit, sell it off deep, and then rally. I was looking for that sell-off, where what I should have done is gotten out of the way and just waited for a good opportunity to get long. Our first trade in the room, and I showed it to the group, and I don't have any problems discussing winning and losing trades because every successful trader talks about their losses and their winners. And you could learn more from me from my losing trades than you can from my winning trades, believe me. So what I did yesterday is I put some bids down where I thought there'd be support. It hit literally 6 cents above that and rallied and didn't get me a chance to get on board. And then I turned into a fader and I faded it a few times, eventually worked and made up my losses. But I was flat for the day where I should have made probably 2-3 grand at least minimum on that trade. And, you know, what's the learning lesson there? Just because you can't get on board to one side doesn't mean you should play the other side. So I kind of did a recap and went through and redid all my trades on oil and left some takeaways from that. This is going to sound totally left side and crazy to you, but I'm on this new nutritional plan and I'm losing weight like it's my business. Like I'm losing a lot of fat and toning up and gaining muscle mass at the same time, which sounds like what are those things called? the horses with the horns on them. Unicorn. Yeah, it sounds like a unicorn, but it is possible to do both. I'm on some low carbs. I don't even know where I am at some point. And next week it's going to get worse. So I've taken that into account into my trading. I'm trading smaller size because of that. I know it sounds nuts, but when your life changes and things change along with your life schedule, you got to adjust your trading to that or else you get destroyed. So I'm not out there doing 10, 15 lots. I'm actually out there trading 2 lots with the group and they see it every day, but I'm also piloting a strategy with my live account at the same time. So as I gain confidence, say carbs back in me, I'm back to normal. But that's not an excuse. Could have killed that market. And I know a lot of our members did kill it. I think Sergio went in and bought the thing and made some good coin. All right, draw on oil. And that's kind of what put some bullish bid into it. 50-10 is the overhead resistance. If you ain't long yet, maybe not the best time to get it. It's already gone up a lot. I will tell you this. Crude oil total productions of 534 million barrels. That's a record high. That's not a high for today, for the month, for the week. That's a record high on crude oil. Okay. Here's some news. Donald Trump next week, April 6th to 7th, to meet Chinese president in Florida. And this is what Liu said, the Chinese president. He said, the market dictates that interests between our two countries are structured so that you will always have me and I will always have you. He basically said, hate it or love it, we got to be buddies to some extent. We got to work together at least. We don't have to be friends. We have to work together. Here's the 2 argument points. China is going to want to address the North Korea situation with the missiles, the ballistic missile tests, and the U.S. and Donald Trump is going to talk about more fair trade and things of that nature. All right, now let's get into Fed. This is really important. Yesterday, there were 2 big Fed speakers. Rosengren, who's a non-voter and a dove on the Fed. Okay, so he doesn't vote. His words don't really count for anything, but he does have influence within the committee. He just doesn't vote on interest rates. Okay, so we get that. So Rosengren said the following. 4 Fed hikes in 2017 are consistent with the word gradual. What he's basically said is, remember, the market's at the moment implying there's 2 to 3 rate hikes for 2017. Rosengren just went out there and dropped the bomb, saying 4 of them would be consistent with gradual increasing. So, all right, think about what's happened so far, and it's getting a little crazy and psychotic. The Federal Reserve talks up this hawkish game. We're going to hike 4 hikes, blah, 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 prior to March. March hits, Janet Yellen confuses the heck out of everybody. I don't know one person that gets what she did. All right. She basically said, all right, we're going to hike the rates, but it's going to be a dovish hike. And she kind of gave all this reassurance and promise about lower interest rates going to be sticking around. We don't have to raise every meeting, blah, blah, blah. So it was a dovish hike. So we're kind of scratching our heads. Why did everyone talk up this whole hawkishness before a dovish hike? Now that the hike isn't priced in and Yellen's off the wire since mid-March, now everyone's starting to talk about hawkishness again. We could see 4. I'm sitting here scratching my head. I don't know what to make of it. I know I'll trade it, though, because that's reflected in the market. So now they're once again building up some hawkish sentiment. And you're going to notice that throughout the Fed speak. This week and today, primarily, we got a lot of Fed speakers today. Listen to their tone. Know who's talking. If they're talking and they're a dove, Dove means they want lower interest rates. And the Dove is saying there's going to be 4 rate hikes. Guys, think about that. Somebody wants lower interest rates telling there's going to be 4 rate hikes. That's a very hawkish or upward bias interest rate statement, right? Does that make sense? Listen to that. If Dove start turning, this thing can get really, really out of hand, and they're setting a really hawkish tone. Rosengren, what else he says? He says that there should be an increase at every other FOMC meeting. He says it's important to avoid creating an overhot economy. So it says 4 is still gradual, but every second meeting. I don't get that. Think about what he said. That means every second meeting. That means 2 hikes in 2017, but 4 is still gradual pace. So these Fed speakers, man, I think they'd be the most interesting friends ever. What do you think I should do? You know, I'm in a little bit of trouble here, and I need your advice. Well, you should do this. All right. But just in case, you could also maybe explore this. They'll give you like 100 options. They give you more options than you approach them with. That's the Fed. I'm not inviting them to any dinner parties of mine, that's for sure. All right, Fed's Evans. He's a voter and a Dove, and he said the following yesterday. Very safe to foresee 2 rate raises in 2017. All right, important to live up to the symmetric inflation objective. And he said that 4 rises possible if things proceed even better. What are things? All right, because he said things. I kid you not, this is a quotable. 4 rises possible if things proceed even better. What the things they look for are better labor conditions, so better jobs. All right, so look for that jobs data. Non-farm payrolls in April becomes really important. And it'll be the March release. So March's non-farm payrolls released the first Friday of April. So the March non-farm payroll numbers will be important. So too will the April ones. And so too will May. The next 3 reports are really interesting and important to see before they all come before the June meeting. If there's a steep increase in jobs every month on non-farm payrolls, then they're getting things that they need. All right. The other thing is inflation. If inflation continues to creep up, then you could potentially see an expectation from 3 raises to 4. Right now, the market believes there's 3 rate hikes, 4 potential, but we're getting a lot of hawkish talk out of these Federal Reserve Board members. Watch out for that, because if that continues, that might start to put some downside pressure on the market if it believes there could actually be 4 hikes. We haven't discounted the market to 4 hikes. We have it at 3 at the moment. All right, and some breaking news. Jeff Bezos overcomes Warren Buffett as the world's 2nd richest man. My thing to Jeff Bezos is you didn't wake up in the morning to finish 2nd, Jeff. Let's get her going here. I'm just kidding. I'm probably very low on that list. But he added $1.5 billion in wealth on Wednesday alone. Here's a cool stat. If Amazon trades above $1,000 a share, he will overcome Billy Gates, our good friend Billy Gates, like he's my best bud. But Billy Gates will succeed his position as #1 to Jeff Bezos. That company's on fire, man. Amazon's doing some good things. Watch out for that. All right, so let's recap this lengthy morning market update. Markets are starting off on a fade or dropping or giving back the gains in the U.S. session. So they gave some of that back overnight. Let's see how we open going into the U.S. Okay, we had some data in the morning, which I have no clue about, but I encourage you to read it, and I will read it before I open the market. The healthcare bill's back up for grabs. Crude oil ripped on a bit of a draw on most indicator or most sides of the inventory report, but there's still a record amount of build, so watch for that. 50-10s is the level. Trump to meet Chinese president next week. Rosengren gave a bit of a bullish speech yesterday, so the Fed's Evans. And Bezos is #2 richest man in the world. So there's a cool, useless stat for you at the water cooler. You guys have a great day, great morning, good afternoon. Careful out there today. There's 2 chances. It gets very volatile or it's slow as heck. And I'm leaning a little bit more towards the second one today. I don't know. I have an idea it's going to be a slow day. But in any slow day, if you're good enough and you train yourself properly, you can find opportunities. I'm going to be scanning gold today, silver, dollar. I'm going to be scanning everything for some opportunities to trade. And, you got to make money. You got to make money every day if that's your job, right? There's no opportunity on ES. Look for something else. You guys have a great day. Have a good afternoon. Make sure to check out our website, tradeproacademy.com, because you literally have less than 48 hours before the window closes for you to save 43% of our membership. Comes with a full 30-day back guarantee. If you say, George, I don't like it, I don't even want you to type more than that. I'll give you your money back. Just 1 sentence. I took 30 days. I didn't like what I saw. Give me my money back. And I'll do it. Don't type anything else because I don't want to read more than that if you're leaving. What else I got? That's it. Check it out. Sign up. Trade Pro subscribers. Give me a second. We're going to open up the room. look at some of the charts, some of the levels. Let's get in there and make some money today. All right, any questions, comments, emotional breakdowns? It's a little crazy that I ask because I can't see you. I got to paste the laptop behind. I got to think of a better setup. We'll be traveling. We'll be on the road as well in April. I'll give you some more details mid-April. So there's going to be some changes to our morning updates. Temporarily. Take care. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, we have it tomorrow, by the way. Friday, we also do morning market update. We'll do it tomorrow. Unless I get really tired and I decide not to. Take care. Bye, guys. All right, Trade Pros, one moment.